Hey guys, welcome back to Coolest Gamers. I'm Pete.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Nick T.
And we're back for episode 4 of What If. This week, we kind of get spoiled a little bit by the title here. But yeah, we've had a good 3 episodes so far. We have had T'Challa be Star-Lord. We've had Peggy be Captain Britain, basically.
Yep.
And then we've had last week, what if all the Avengers were murdered by a serial killer? So we've been ramping up here on the ideas of where we're going and the wackiness. This seems like we're going to be getting pretty crazy here with some Doctor Strange. Dill, let me get your thoughts here on going into episode 4 of What If. What are you most looking forward to now, kind of having the title spoiled for you?
Yeah, I mean, I like Doctor Strange. He's one of my favorite characters. Interesting title. I have a feeling that, I mean, I don't want to say he's going to be evil, but that's, I feel like
Kinda
implied
feels like
when you
that,
lose your
right?
heart. So seeing an evil version of him would be insane. But regardless of what route they go, evil or not, it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. It's just a fun show to just watch and
really
let
is.
your mind get running, you know?
Yeah, I mean, anything involving Doctor Strange, you know it's going to get wacky.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be bending reality one way or another, regardless of whatever the change is, and it's probably going to be bent in a very different way than we're used to.
Yeah, and I think the trailer pointed to maybe a couple Doctor Stranges in here.
Interesting.
So maybe we'll get Aura's meeting this other one or something like that. So
Lord.
it's going to get wacky, so we'll talk more about it after the episode. So without further ado, here we go.
What an awesome car. Here we go, yep.
What if the best of intentions has very strange consequences?
I see what he did there.
I would say the same about you.
Good attention to detail that you can see the reflection in the window in the
right.
animation.
That's really nice. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, there it is. He was actually nicer in this version than he was in our version.
Yeah, isn't it already? Like, that's a big change. Is that he's not a total jerk. Oh my god.
Yeah, hit him from behind. Was that intentional?
Oh, so...
Oh, she dies. That's how he loses his heart.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It's not a literal injury.
Right.
It's Christine.
Manipulation and alteration of
He's gonna try to change time to have her back.
Which,
time travel.
in a way, isn't that what he's doing in the new Spider-Man movie in December?
For Peter's benefit.
Right? So that's kind of interesting.
Stephen Strange could not let go of the past.
dangerous.
Yeah, because he lost his love of his life, his mentor, all that stuff.
Sorry, but this is now my favorite t-shirt.
Then I'm gonna have to take it back.
Oh!
I'd like to see you try.
Oh!
I suggest you join me before you do something reckless.
Always wise Wong, man. He always knows what's going on. He really is the tether to Strange's reality.
Yeah, I mean, even in the actual timeline, he tries to get him to not do what he does in the trailer. You know,
Yeah.
we know that. from
Well,
the trailer.
even in the movies, we see how much he guides Stephen.
Yeah, he is a very good guy.
Keeps him focused. Remember, so he didn't turn into Caecilius. Wow. Now this time, don't.
I'm just gonna wing it. I'm gonna.
It seems
run
like
it
that car
over.
purposely.
Yeah, like what if he doesn't cut the lane and it happens anyway?
Right.
Well, this is shaping up to be a night to remember.
And he still gets hit anyway. So it might just be an unavoidable event in this
Yeah,
timeline.
exactly,
He just
yeah.
can't change it no matter what. By now the idea that he can't change it, he was probably holding on to that hope.
The giant awaits.
And he's doing the Dormammu thing. And it's just nothing's changing. There's no bargain to make.
That was a great shot.
So anyway,
God,
yeah, there's no way to avoid it.
she's gotta die. I thought they made it. Get it away.
Heart attack?
And she dies anyway. Robert.
Shot, yep.
Yep. I mean, this is ridiculous. She can't live in any way.
There's nothing you can do.
Damn.
He
Wow.
lived hundreds, if not thousands of realities.
He just doesn't show up.
And that probably doesn't even keep her alive either.
Oh my god.
I mean, are you kidding me? The building went on fire?
That one's even worse. At least all the other times
He was with her.
with her.
And this is what really breaks his heart.
Just living it over.
Because he was holding on to that belief that, hey, I could always go back and change it. And now he's realizing it's impossible.
It's impossible. There's nothing you will do to change it. She has to die.
can't live with that.
You can only imagine how this is going to affect him.
And I just think it's fascinating in this universe how close they were. Like, we knew they dated, sort of, and had some relations, but they were never this close.
Obviously, there's a much stronger romantic connection here.
Yeah.
Her death is an absolute point in time.
It's like fixed on the sacred timeline.
Unchangeable, unmovable.
I only require more power.
The greatest
Can you seek
sorcerers
that
of the
then?
past
Maybe the dark
could not
dimension?
prevail.
Wow. I can kill him.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to risk the entire reality,
Right, there's not.
she has to make that call.
Yeah.
He's only going to find things he shouldn't hear. I mean, he's incredible at his amount to process information.
Right, exactly. That's like his thing. That's why he was.
Time manipulation. Bingo.
For the reason these are lost books, if you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Power
Yep.
required to
There is.
break an abs. Gain the power through the absorption.
Of other beings. What
He's
kind
always
of
gonna kill
beings
to-
is he going to have to kill to get that?
Yeah.
What kind of dark arts is he going to have to learn to do that?
Nothing good. Nothing good, that's for sure.
What on earth? That looks like the thing from the first episode.
It does.
There is a fine line between devotion and delusion.
Well said.
It's a good line.
He's got to use some critical thinking,
thing's right.
Because
They won't surrender
Dormammu's
their
not
power.
defeated in 2 years if he doesn't lose her.
Exactly.
And so they
Yeah.
have 2 years then, and then it's over anyway.
Yeah.
Right, so like,
But he's not thinking about that right now.
No.
He's just thinking about this. He's absorbing all these beings' powers.
he's starting with smaller.
Yep. And working his way up. All those things are going to change him.
What's next? Nice cape. But I draw the line of bugs.
That's how he gets the cape here.
Kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But also, he didn't kill it. He just took its
Oh,
head.
yeah,
But
but
like,
he
yeah, I'm not
killed
gonna
all
absorb the bug. I mean, yeah, that's bound.
It'd be really cool if that bug implies the negative zone, which is where a lot of insect species come from.
Oh, true.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's like the devil.
Yeah.
There's your Mephisto.
Yeah,
Came
right.
off, circled out. These are like things of Greek legend.
Dude, these things are
All
horrifying.
kinds of like.
Yeah.
Dude, these things are terrifying.
Yep. And he's taking in all the power of these things.
Intervene.
Oh.
But the fate of his universe is not worth risking the safety of all others.
Oh,
He's not allowed to.
Besides, I doubt he'd listen.
That's a great shot.
That was a really good shot. Oh, wow.
It's another strange.
No, I think it was
He might have picked up on the Watcher
a
being
fourth
there.
wall break there.
Yeah. Or he might just have so much power.
He has that power that
can
he
detect it.
figured out that Utu was there.
That's crazy.
And he's just been doing this day and night. When does this stop, Steven?
Oh my god.
Jesus.
That'll break your mind.
I mean, that looks like seasons
Time
have
to meet
changed.
an old friend.
Oh, it's the old one. Yeah.
Now that easy.
Oh my god, imagine if he absorbs Dormammu.
And goodbye.
Even with this Dormammu thing, you let this never work out.
No.
You're never the same person in that
No,
situation.
he's clearly different.
Exactly.
Very, very different.
Even if she is alive, who's to say she would want to be with the type of person he is now?
Yeah, but he's not seeing that because he's blinded by love.
Exactly, yeah.
Obey. What happened
The
to you?
delusion of love.
You use magic to remain frozen for centuries.
What?
I chose
Centuries?
to live.
What does that mean?
It was true. He wasn't alone. He wasn't even the only
Stephen
Doctor
Strange
Strange
is another one.
in this universe.
He messed with the timeline. Interesting too that Oben is one of those people with two different colored eyes.
Yeah.
So also could represent the two different sides that Doctor
Yeah.
Strange.
And this version, he just doesn't go back. He doesn't attempt it.
He listened to Wong.
Yep.
And that Strange becomes the one that we know, except
boy.
he merges with, he's gonna meet this Strange. I don't know if we could beat this Strange. He's so OP.
Oh.
Ancient One's coming to warn him.
I drew upon the power of the dark dimension to split the timeline. To
You.
split you.
Wow.
Looking for the love.
So now,
Fear
You're gonna have to make
only
sure
the
that
sorcerer
Christine
strong
dies.
enough
Yeah.
to stop
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
You, Doctor Strange.
It's like when Barry had to make sure his mom died. He had to avoid Flashpoint.
How would you find him?
It's gonna come to you.
He's found me.
yep.
Hope as That's not great. Nope, it's not.
Interesting that everyone is disappearing but Steven himself.
Yeah.
He wants to meet that other Steven.
I also think he knows he's like the last roadblock in his
Oh yeah.
quest to
The
save.
last one who could stop him. Even his voice
For
seems
we are
different.
one and the same.
Oh my god, he is very different.
He's gonna try to
He's also
convince him.
hundreds of years older.
Yeah.
Dare lie to me.
I love that Steven style with the multiple spirits inside you.
But once we become whole again.
So he's the
we
final
can
thing he
say,
needs to absorb. This is gonna be fun.
Especially since he's got so much more experience, though.
Yeah, I mean,
hard to
he
think.
shouldn't. Our Strange shouldn't have a chance. Really.
Yeah.
But our Strange, I feel like, has his marbles,
Yeah.
so he can think a little more critically.
That's true.
That's very true. The monstrosity.
I mean, this guy would be the most dangerous being in the entire universe.
Yeah.
The capes are off now, man. Cape versus cape.
Rips the cage.
Yeah, that probably didn't do anything.
No, he
Nah,
ate
he's
it.
fine. This is like his heaven moment. It's just not real.
Steven, I love
You're
you.
right.
Could be the other Strange disguised as Christine.
Yeah, it probably
The
is.
spell.
It's kind of gross when you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to make out with myself to trick myself.
The power that Strange Supreme has is just immense.
Oh yeah. He just swipes it away.
Shit. We gotta have an out.
I don't think so, man.
Nice.
Yeah,
Are
maybe
you
it
saying
just
that this
ends-
universe dies?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Could
always
be.
forgot that they could.
It could be not a good ending. His universe could just die.
We didn't get a great ending last week. Things are not good here.
I mean, look at him. He's a literal monstrosity.
Do you think she will love you now, bro?
If the world is over, where would you live?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Dude, he's a
He's,
monster.
he's literally a demon.
And she screams,
She's gonna be terrified of him.
throws up, and then runs away.
It's me, Christine.
Oh my god.
You have all this power. Transform yourself a little bit.
I don't know if you can.
I can fix this.
Yeah.
In the world, everything didn't exist but Strange, so she comes back to die again. Yeah. You didn't listen to the Ancient One. There's no way to stop this.
Yeah, there's no other side. It's over.
You can stop this.
So he can see him.
Fix this.
The same way you fixed Christine.
You're a god.
That's how
you
powerful
cannot
he
do
became.
this.
You know,
I'm not a
today.
god, and neither are you.
Then punish me. Not the world. Not Christine.
Honestly, if I could fix this, if I could punish you instead, I would. But I can't interfere.
Yep.
You, more than anyone else, should understand that meddling with time and events only leads to more destruction.
We learned that from his race doing that. They vowed never to do that.
I didn't mean for this to happen.
He's gonna watch her die again.
I think he gets to watch.
Wow.
I don't think it's even the world. I think that reality.
I think that reality is dead. Yeah.
What did you do?
One life, one choice, one moment can destroy the entire universe.
Wow.
Wow.
So literally, well, that's the most depressing one we've had so far.
Yeah.
He killed the entire universe. So last week we lost Earth, we lost Midgard. You know, kind of Loki took over,
Right.
was ruling
All
there.
because there's no Avengers.
You know, we lost most of the Avengers. In this one, Strange or Strange Supreme killed the entire reality, the whole universe. That sector.
Because he wouldn't heed the warning, yeah.
I mean, that was crazy. That was
Yeah,
awesome, man.
that
It
was-
really was. There's just so many things that you can do with a character like Strange.
Right.
And it just makes you think of, hey, if one little thing was changed here, or he couldn't defeat this overpowering villain from another universe, because Strange goes against like the top of the top.
Right, because he
Like,
can, yeah.
And we don't usually know about what the hell is going on, which makes that comment in Infinity War so great when Iron Man's just like, oh, what are you doing over there, handing out balloon animals? And he goes, protecting your reality, douchebag.
That's right.
Like, you have no idea what this man
It's
is
all
capable
behind the
of.
scenes constantly, yeah.
And so to see it go in a twisted direction is somewhere that we've seen similar things like that in the comics before, but yeah, that was crazy to see brought to life. What did you think about that episode?
Yeah, it was great. It was definitely the best episode so far. And what I think I forgot about until Nick T said it as we were watching, when you were just like, I don't know if there is a way out. Like, that's when I realized with a show like this, you can end on notes that movies in the MCU usually cannot end on.
Absolutely.
And that is the entire world and everyone and everything getting destroyed. That's the beautiful thing about What If. But I also love the Watcher scene, how the Watcher actually interacted at the end, because I guess from his perspective, he knows that the reality is over, so he can basically have a conversation.
It's not going to have any effect.
Yeah, it's over. It's like a dead timeline, so he knows it's over. So that was phenomenal. Really, really good episode.
To sort of jump off that, actually, I think your point about the Watcher is a funny one, because he knows that reality is about to end, so he can interact. But not only that, but now that Strange Supreme is so powerful that he's probably is the first person in at least the 4 episodes that we've seen to be able to sense and communicate with him because of his power
100%.
An episode like this is really fun because, like you said, you can do anything with Strange, especially because not only is his character and power so vast, but it's so lore heavy that you can go through so many rounds. The whole library of what was it? Not Caligari, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But there's so much that you can go on. Literally, the whole Strange story, with the magic involved, pulls from maybe millennia of various different lores and mythologies. Yes. And religion, and just pulls into one. And it's all these powers sort of tie into magic.
Yeah. And
I think that's really, there's so much to work with, and I think they used a lot of really cool stuff for an episode like this.
Yeah, I think it was Cagliostro or something like that.
Cagliostro.
Cagliostro.
That was it.
I'm sure deep Doctor Strange readers, probably a lot of those monsters he was absorbing.
They probably have.
Guarantee they've been Doctor Strange villains or made cameo appearances over the years, so you could shout those down below.
I wonder if Obang maybe at some point is a canonical character in the Strange universe.
I've delved little bits into Doctor Strange comics, usually when they cross over in some kind of universe cosmic level event. Right. It's usually where you get to Strange. Maybe I should really start reading more there as we lead up to Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness. But I love these what-if stories of not only, and I forget that, I think that's a great point that the two you made, of it doesn't have to end on a happy note the Star-Lord episode did. It can end depressing.
Yeah.
And I like the variety that we've had in these 4 episodes, where the first episode was very much exactly what happened in our universe. We just swapped out Steve for Peggy, right? So it was very much the same.
Led to a few other changes.
Right.
Yeah.
But that was the overall thing. And episode 2, no matter all the changes that happened, they were mostly for the better, and everything worked out of merging the 2 families together. And then last episode, we had more of a revision of the first Avengers of Loki winning.
Right.
And now we amped it up and the entire universe died.
But last episode ended with hope. And that's
a little bit of hope, because we were redoing a new group of Avengers.
Yeah. Right. This did not have any elements
no hope whatsoever.
And also on a bit of a flip side, even though in the Star-Lord episode we ended closer to a hopeful note, it still ended with the potential global threat of ego.
Yes.
But still, to your point.
He said that we'll talk about that another time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's just, it's crazy to me that I also love the what if stories, because while we're so focused on the major thing of what if, blah, 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 I more am fascinated of the tiny little changes that factor into that big one. And so case in point, in this episode,
the
relationship between Christine and Steven is completely different than our universe.
Yeah.
Because she's a little bit more standoffish, reasonably so, because Steven's kind of a dick. And they had a fling in the past, but there was never a deep relationship love, because in this universe it seemed that Steven was a more caring, selfish individual. Yeah. He had some arrogance, don't get you wrong, especially in the surgery area. Yeah. but in the aspect of how he treated her. He didn't push her away. He didn't anything. He embraced it, and he truly loved her.
Yeah.
And I love that little moment, quote unquote, little moment,
led to a lot.
changes everything about what he does.
Definitely.
And I like when the what if story can be a little bit complex in that way.
Yeah.
That we can range what has changed over time.
Right.
I don't know. There's just
It's
something
not
about
just
that.
the
I
one
find.
change, like this, like that small change that was otherwise like kind of irrelevant, ended up being the cause of everything else.
Because think about it, they're never close, right? Let's say they're friends, right? Or colleagues.
Right.
She's in that car, she dies. Well, Steven doesn't have the reaction that he did.
Exactly.
He doesn't lose his heart
Yep.
in that case because, I liked her, we had some nights together,
That
but
sucks,
like it wasn't
but,
like
yeah,
that.
I'm not going to live with that grief for years. because of that,
Exactly. And I just think it's fascinating to build a story upon that and just to see that he's someone that just does not give up, man.
Yeah.
We saw his studying capabilities, and now he did it over hundreds of years to practice of what he was doing. There's been some debate of like, how long was it in the Doctor Strange movie? Some say it was maybe a year, maybe it was 2 years, right?
Yeah.
But you also have to understand that he is so, I think the point of that is he zoomed past all of the other sorcerers because he has like an eidetic memory. Like he memorizes and understands everything.
Yeah.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
And now he just took it to the nth degree in this case.
I mean, it theoretically could have been thousands of years. I mean, it's centuries.
Yeah.
10 centuries is 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Studying the dark arts, absorbing.
It's not. I was surprised that Dormammu didn't make another appearance. I'm surprised that Strange,
if he absorbed
Supreme,
Dormammu,
or even talked to him and been like, "Yeah, bro, you're nothing. I'm as powerful as you are." I'm surprised it didn't happen.
that would have been interesting.
Yeah, but either way, I think the way you look at it is that world was screwed, right?
Yeah, it was done.
Because no matter the universe was decaying because of him.
Yeah.
So naturally, as soon as Christine comes back, she's dead.
That's it.
If they both lived somehow and he was able to protect her,
He's a
the
monster.
world's over.
2 years.
If everything he changes and he gives up his power, Dormammu destroys the world.
Right.
So like there was no
way out.
way he had to lose her. Just like in our universe, he had to lose his hands and never be a surgeon again.
Yeah.
Like that was it. Like that was the path that, whether it's the sacred timeline or your life, this is how it was meant to unfold.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because like whether he lost his hands or in this case lost his heart, they both like short term resulted in the same thing. The grief of either losing his livelihood or losing his love led him to pursue the mystic arts, and
Absolutely.
he became that. But where his head was at ended up being very different.
Yeah.
Because
He was able to find purpose in the other way. And in this one, it's almost like, and we've all experienced this, right? Heartache and all that stuff sucks. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It almost sickens you feel.
Yeah.
And I think it was just so much worse for him to come to grips with just losing that one person in your life.
especially now that he has the potential means to change it.
Yeah, and I think that moment that was important with, Wong, where he's sitting there and he's like, "Oh, come some tea before you do something reckless." That tiny moment where he went to go have tea or didn't, that changed everything.
Yeah.
Changed everything.
And so you see that in the two Stranges. So I don't know, just a very complex episode. I thought it was really well done and well written. You guys have any other final thoughts?
I think we touched on all of it for me.
All right, so guys, that's our reaction and review of episode 4 of What If. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. A crazy episode there with Strange Supreme, our other Doctor Stranges. Love that almost everybody came back in this. Tilda Swinton, Wong,
Rachel
Benedict
McAdams.
Cumberbatch, Rachel McAdams. Every major character really came back there. So I really love to see that. Maybe we'll see someone like Oben or someone in future movies. That would be a nice shout out there. But let us know all your thoughts down below. We would love to talk to you. Like the video, subscribe channel, share with your friends if you'd be so kind. And until next episode of What If, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks.